What if I told you there's a machine that claims to power itself? No fuel, no solar panels, no wind, just motion. And some believe it could challenge everything we know about energy. For over a century, one name has hovered over the dream of free electricity: Nikola Tesla. To some, he was a misunderstood genius. To others, a brilliant engineer whose ideas were later mythologized. But one thing is certain: he believed energy should be abundant, accessible, and transformative. And in America today, where rising power bills and fragile grids dominate headlines, that dream feels more relevant than ever. Now, a device called the Liberty Engine 2.0 claims to revive that vision, not with towers or wireless beams, but with magnets, coils, and a spinning rotor built inside a workshop. The question is simple: is this innovation or illusion? Let's break it down. At first glance, the Liberty Engine 2.0 doesn't look revolutionary. No futuristic casing. No glowing plasma arcs. Just coils, neodymium magnets, a rotor, and carefully mounted components inside a frame. But according to its creators, once you pull the cord to start it, the machine begins generating electricity and then sustains its own motion through a feedback loop. It reportedly spins at around 1,400 revolutions per minute, producing 230 volts of AC power, with claims of up to 20,000 watts of output. For context, that's enough to run a typical American household's essential appliances: lights, tools, computers, even pumps. Now here's where it gets interesting. The engine relies on electromagnetic induction, real physics discovered in the 1800s. When magnets move past coils of wire, they generate electricity. That's how power plants work. That's how hydro dams operate. That's how wind turbines generate current. The difference? In conventional systems, an external energy source, water, steam, wind, keeps the turbine spinning. In this case, the claim is that once started, the engine uses part of its own generated electricity to keep the rotor spinning, sustaining the system without fuel. That concept is often called a closed-loop or over-unity system. And this is where America's engineers raise an eyebrow. Because according to the first law of thermodynamics, the conservation of energy cannot be created from nothing. Every system loses energy to heat, friction, electrical resistance. Even the most efficient generators operate below 100% efficiency. Permanent magnets don't create energy. They create magnetic fields. Those fields can induce current, but only while motion is supplied from somewhere. So, if the Liberty Engine truly sustains itself indefinitely, it would represent a breakthrough that challenges modern physics. And that's a big claim. The creators say they've eliminated traditional energy losses. They use N52-grade neodymium magnets, among the strongest commercially available. The rotor is reportedly crafted from a specialized aluminum-silver alloy to reduce eddy currents, tiny circulating currents that waste energy as heat. They removed belts and pulleys to minimize friction. Coils are resin-sealed to prevent vibration. Every component, they claim, is optimized for maximum efficiency. In demonstration videos, the device powers drills, grinders, computers, even water pumps, all without visible external wiring. They've released teardown footage showing no hidden batteries, no obvious trick compartments. For many viewers, it looks convincing. But convincing is not the same as verified. In the United States, energy breakthroughs undergo rigorous third-party testing. Output must be measured precisely. Input must be monitored. Long-duration stress tests are required. Independent laboratories verify claims. Peer-reviewed engineering validation separates innovation from error. So far, devices like this throughout history have never passed that level of scrutiny. And history matters here. From the 19th century perpetual motion machines to 21st century magnetic motors on YouTube, inventors have repeatedly believed they found loopholes in thermodynamics. Each time, hidden energy storage, measurement error, or misunderstood physics explained the performance. Even Tesla himself, despite conspiracy narratives, never built a machine that generated infinite energy. His work at Wardenclyffe was focused on wireless transmission, not energy creation. That distinction is critical. So, What could be happening here? There are a few possibilities. 1. The device is an extremely efficient generator, but still requires external energy input that isn't obvious in demonstrations. 2. There's stored energy somewhere in the system, perhaps in concealed components or overlooked power sources. 3. Measurement tools used in the demonstrations may not capture total input accurately. 4. It's an incomplete prototype that runs for a limited time, drawing down stored mechanical or electrical energy. Or 5. It's a misunderstood system that appears self-sustaining but ultimately obeys the same laws as every generator before it. Now here's where things get real for the American audience. Across the U.S., grid instability is increasing. Texas blackouts. California rolling outages. Rising electricity costs nationwide. Americans are looking for independence. Solar installations are growing. Home battery systems are expanding. Off-grid living is trending. Energy freedom is not just an idea, it's a movement. So when a device claims to offer self-sustaining power without fuel, it taps into something deeper than physics. It taps into frustration, hope, autonomy, and that emotional resonance makes the story powerful. But innovation doesn't fear testing. If the Liberty Engine 2.0 is legitimate, the path forward is clear. Independent replication, transparent engineering schematics, public performance benchmarks, controlled lab verification, long-term endurance trials. That's how American engineering leadership has always operated, from the light bulb to the moon landing. If this device works under those conditions, it wouldn't just be a viral video. It would be the most significant energy breakthrough of the century. If it doesn't, then the lesson is equally important. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So, where does that leave us? It leaves us at a crossroads between imagination and investigation. The dream of decentralized energy is valid. The desire to reduce dependence on fossil fuels is valid. The pursuit of higher efficiency is valid. But the laws of physics are not suggestions. They are tested principles that have built every power plant, every microchip, every spacecraft. Real breakthroughs don't ignore them. They refine them. So maybe the Liberty Engine 2.0 isn't the final answer. But maybe it's a reminder of something more powerful. That curiosity still exists. That garage inventors still dare to challenge norms. That Americans still believe in possibility. And that belief, that drive to question, is where true innovation begins. Now here's where you come in. If you believe energy independence matters, if you believe innovation should be tested, not silenced, if you want to see real engineering explored without hype or censorship, then hit subscribe right now. Because on this channel, we don't just chase viral claims, we break them down. We analyze. We investigate. We separate science from spectacle. Drop a comment below. Do you think this engine is the future of power or just another over-unity illusion? Share this video with someone who loves engineering, physics, or energy independence. And most importantly, stay curious. Because the future of energy won't be decided by rumors. It will be decided by evidence. And we're just getting started.